No matter where you are in your walk with Christ, JOMILLA DENAE offers a safe space for reflection and dialogue. This is JOMILLA DENAE.
Welcome, guys. This is another episode of JOMILLA DENAE. I'm so excited to have the very special, very known Radio Bae with me today, Averianna the Personality.
Hi, beautiful. Thank you for having me.
Of course.
I'm excited to be here. I'm excited to have this conversation.
I mean, the Voice of Cashville is sitting right next to me, guys. And it's so crazy because I knew Averianna when she was just talking about what she's doing now.
Yes.
So I'm like a proud auntie.
Thank you.
Witnessing everything that she talked about. I knew from the moment I met you, though, it was going to happen. It was just a matter of time and
Divine
opportunity.
time.
And I feel like God has given you both.
Absolutely.
And you are killing it.
Grateful.
A true testament of like, if you are always ready, you ain't got to get ready. Because I feel like the opportunity came to you and you already had like everything ready.
I was waiting on it. Yeah, I was just waiting on the opportunity.
It wasn't like, hold on, let me get this together.
Yeah.
Like, no, it just happened the way it was supposed to.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm very happy for you. And
Thank
I'm very honored to have you here to talk about God and other things.
Yeah.
We'll get into that. But you got to do my first segment.
Okay.
It's called This You. Now, I ain't gonna lie. You a hard person to track down, okay? Do you not have Twitter?
I do not.
What's your reason? you don't mind me
I think I
asking.
had it in college, and then something happened with it, and I just never
Got it
doubled
back.
back. Yeah,
Man.
it wasn't like I was just
That
leaving it out.
happens.
Yeah.
I remember back in college, my ex-boyfriend deleted my whole Twitter. I
Would've
had
been pissed.
celebrities following me. I was
Hating.
on the road, girl, going
was hating.
viral, before it was even a thing.
He was hating.
And I had to start all over.
See, and
I'm
that's probably what happened to me.
And
I
it's
was
never
just
the
over it.
same.
Nope.
You need those
Originals.
original followers.
Yes.
That's fine. Hey, you came up in other places.
I did.
Instagram is popping, okay?
Okay.
Please. So for this You segment, it's basically where I go and research my guests. I try to look up tweets. I try to look up posts. And you're going to guess if it's you or somebody else.
Okay.
All right. So the first one says, Happy Monday. I was told to revisit my why. Why I do what I do, and I surprise myself with the answers. As I grow and evolve, so does my vision and purpose. So I present the question to you. What is your why? Did you post that?
I did.
Yes, you did.
On Facebook.
On Facebook, great. That's why I had to find you because you went on
Yes.
Twitter. But yeah, so you just posted this recently back in July.
Mhm.
And while we're on the subject, what is your why?
Oh my gosh, my why is tied to a lot of different hats that I wear. So depending on in what aspect are you asking me, what is my why? I can give it to you. But if you're asking just Paige, who I am, what my purpose is to be a voice for God. That's why I am the voice. I am the voice of my city, but the voice part that came from Jesus, God, Universe, Spirit Himself, because I knew that I had to be a voice, not just for myself. I'm speaking for a lot of different people in a lot of different places in a lot of different rooms. So that is my why. My why is to be a voice for the kingdom. Ultimately.
Amen.
Yeah.
I love it. I love it.
Yeah.
All right. So the next one.
Oh my gosh.
I know it's good. It's good. It's
Okay,
good.
I'm like, oh Lord, she gonna say some ratchet stuff I done said.
I'm sorry, but God is good. And He's been so good to me. Through everything, God never left or betrayed me. He's always told me who I was and never left my side. People will fail you, but God won't. It keeps going on to say that they're grateful not only for the love in their city, but around the world and things of that nature. Do you think that was you?
Definitely sounds like me, but when you said there's something in there that I wouldn't say, but it could.
People will fail you, but God won't? Because that's the truth.
Yeah, no,
Oh.
hold on. That's a slogan. No, that's a slogan.
Oh, okay.
No. I was trying to remember what you said verbatim, but I'm gonna just say, yeah, that's me.
It
because
is.
It just sounds like
It's
something I would
you.
say. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. And you had a video attached to it where you were like dancing and singing to a gospel song. I can't remember what song it was.
Okay.
Because you a TikTok queen too.
Yes. I'm like,
Yeah,
which one was
TikTok.
this? Oh, I love TikTok, y'all.
Me too.
Me and TikTok. I'm a TikTok. I want to be a TikTok.
Man. And you are. We need to do a TikTok, actually.
Yeah.
But yeah, you did say that. You just said you're so grateful, not only for the love in your city, but around the world. God moves mountains. And I go in my journey, I will continue to share it all. And I think that's very good. I think you do a good job. So I'm done with this, because like I said, it wasn't like, oh my girl, okay?
I'm still
But I want to comment on what I did see as I was researching, is that you talk about God a lot. You talked about God a lot. You talk about church a lot, rather than just letting people know, hey, I'm going to church.
Yep.
You talked about working with your church, which I think is very commendable and something that I want to do.
Thank you.
So like, you ain't just talking, like you really live in it. And I think that's why I wanted to bring you on the show, because it's like, yeah, she has a job in radio where, you know, you have to play secular music, you have to do the things that come with being
society, and being in our realm of line of work.
Facts. But through it all, I feel like we're very clear on who you serve, and I think that's important.
Well, thank you.
And we're going to talk about how you even do all that. Yeah, first I have to mention what I'm wearing, because we are sponsored today. Feline Apparel are a sponsor. Shout out to Feline. I would like to call them like the Cadillac of athleisure wear, you know what I'm saying? What I have on right now, you don't know where I'm going. I could be going to do a little 1-2, or, well, maybe not with the heels on, you know. I could be doing something active.
Yes.
Or I could be, you know, going to the grocery store. And that's what I love about Feline Apparel, is that it's cute. It's functional. Like, if you do want to actually go work out, you can, and it'll be good for that. But it's also just cute to be wearing around. Like, loungewear is definitely a thing now.
Yeah.
It's not just loungewear. It's not just athleisure wear. It's anytime wear. We like to be comfy and cute.
I agree.
So shout out to Tori and shout out to Feline Apparel. We are going to have a little break. And then we'll get into this conversation with Averianna.
Lawrence Griffith Joyner in lane. Lawrence Griffith Joyner blowing away the field.
Okay, so the topic of today is purpose.
Yes.
But with purpose comes a lot, because I feel like sometimes people misunderstand what a passion is versus what your purpose is. And maybe there's not a difference for some people, but I want to talk about what it means to you. So like, what would you say is something that you're passionate about? And then what do you feel like is your purpose?
I am very passionate about my city, obviously.
Yes,
I go hard for us. So I think with me being passionate about making a lane for us and being a voice for us, like Black Nashville, I found purpose. So I think it's more so, it's like I'm passionate about my city, but being passionate about my city, I've found my purpose.
That's your purpose.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, and I think passion and purpose goes hand in hand. That's been my journey. Is I go where the love is. I go where I enjoy being. I go and do things that I enjoy doing. And by being in those environments and in those spaces, I find the purpose in it, you know, especially if I'm locked into it. But yeah, so I think that's what it's been for me personally.
View purpose as something that you find doing what you're passionate about. And I feel like I feel the same way.
Yeah. Passion is what's inside of you physically, and the purpose is your spirituality side, how you walk it out, like how you live it out. Yeah, I think that's what it is. I think one is like a verb, and then the other one is like a noun.
So what does that look like for you? Like I said, as a person who believes in Christ, but then you're in an area working where, you know, you might have to make club appearances. You might have to deal with people who don't want to hear about God. You know what I'm saying? Like, God who? So it's just like, how do you how do you maintain, besides what I just said, which is you let people know on social media for sure, but like in your day to day, like, do you go around and be like, God bless you? Like, do you make it very known, or you just like, what do you do?
I deliver his words in my own way. I'm not a preacher. I always say that.
Right.
I'm not a preacher. I'm not a pastor. I'm not a deacon. I'm not a deaconette. I'm not a usher.
None of that.
Okay. So when you see me, I'm outside. I'm turned up.
Yeah.
But I always make space to acknowledge him, no matter what environment I'm in. So if I'm on the mic, I may say, it's 888 a bunch, I be a Minerva on Wednesdays, and we have like this deal. It's like 888. That means abundance. That's an angel number. That's spirituality. That's not per se like churchy and holy or whatever. But whatever, I really just whatever God leads me to say, because you got to understand, I call myself the voice. So I'm always being led by the Spirit. Like, I don't speak out of turn. I don't, I feel like, if it's comfortable to say this, I'm gonna say this. But like, if it's not, I'm not here to save everybody. Like, I'm not God. So I just do what it is when he tell me to do is speak and say, what he want me to say in those moments and in those spaces. But I do think that with me being an advocate and showing myself in different environments, it's literally just showing like God can use anybody.
Facts.
Like, anybody can be a testament or a vessel for the kingdom. And so it's like, if we are all honoring and walking in alignment with him, we know that we are not the ones to judge. So it's just kind of like, I walk in with the mindset of, I can't be judged. I can't be judged.
Wow.
Yeah. So I say, hey,
But
Lord, thank you. Appreciate you, Lord. And I might be in dead smack in the middle of the club talking about, Lord, thank you, on the mic. Like, I might jokingly add him in there, but however he has me to deliver the message and whoever he have me pouring into, I feel like he allows me to say it in a way that is easily, I guess, communicated, or that is embraced, not so much as shunned.
Right.
Yeah.
Like, not you trying to preach to us.
Yeah, like, no.
in the club.
No, because, I'm adding a little sexy red, because, hey, I'm a sexy red fan. But,
duality.
God is good.
God is good
like,
all the time.
It's just like a switch. Yeah.
Yeah. So have you always been that way? Have you always felt comfortable to be yourself, say what you feel? Or
No. It's definitely been a journey for me to map out and figure out and find my balance in the game, with being trying to show up authentically me. Like I said, it's been a challenge. It's been a freaking roller coaster, but I think it started with my confidence in myself. Once I got locked in with myself, everything else was added. Like how God says, like, honor me, follow me, and everything else will be added unto you. Like, I just had to do the inner work and find myself and find God within myself and find out who I was and get the confidence and build me up. And because the world, man, the world is hard out here.
Yeah.
It's hard out here for a pimp.
it's hard.
But yeah, once you get locked in with yourself, locked in with with God, everything else is a walk in the park. In the physical form.
Yeah. I can see that. I can see that with myself, and even this podcast. I had to re-record my first episode because I said, I'm not even the same person I was back in January.
Yeah.
And it's like, for so many years, I had people tell me who I was. And I was trying to figure it out and still have that little people-pleasing tendency. Like, wait a minute.
Go inside.
I'm going to attract who should be looking at me anyway if I'm just myself.
That's it.
So if you got to do it again, figure it out. Like, being yourself is like the most important part, and being confident in yourself, because like you said, then God can really use you. He can't use somebody like your representative.
That's it.
Like, who is this?
And what I'm trying to get people to understand in today's world is that y'all, life is a journey. It is a journey. Everybody that's living today, y'all are on a journe.
Yeah.
Y'all not in control. Like, and that's how deep it is. Like, I know I'm not in control of my life. So I know that if I'm living a life of, being a child of God and saying, like, that's who I'm called, that's who controls me and that's who does everything for me, I know that it's something controlling me, controlling the outcome, controlling everything that happens in the in-between. So I think if people look at life as a journey more so as like, I don't know, just people just be so physical. They just be too like, they not zoomed out. You got to take a look at the bigger picture. Yeah, like they're so zoomed in on everyday life, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and time. Like, I'm so
it's not real.
Okay, I'm so
real.
tapped in with God and myself that I know that time is not real.
Yeah.
So with knowing that time is not real, you know that you're just on a journey. Like we're just living this thing out. And if you in alignment with God, you straight. Like you're gonna walk. He gonna walk it out with you. And you're gonna make mistakes. You're gonna, like you said, we have to redo it if you gotta redo it. But that's all a part of the journey. That's all a part of making you, who you're called to be and who you're going to be. And so I just want y'all to know that you are not perfect. You will not be able to save everybody, and you are on a journey yourself. So you gotta just, let life be. Like you gotta flow. Like let life, and you stay into
best
your.
You can.
That's it. Stay in your lane, and everything will all work together for the good.
Amen. That's one of the top 5 reasons I recommend God, for real, because I don't like to stress. I used to be one of those type of people that stress really took a toll on my body and would turn physical, like missed periods, like I'm losing weight, I'm not like myself. I was like, I can't. I have to give it all over to God.
That's it.
Because
surrender, man.
I can only do my best
That's it.
as a human, and that's something that I say a lot. It's like I do my best, and God does the rest. It really will be okay.
I love that.
In the
I do my
end,
best, and God does the rest.
I'm like, every situation that He's put me through, like it always ended up being okay.
It's always working for the good.
So I'm not about to give this
moment or this it's always moments. That's not. Trouble don't last always.
When I still feel it rising up, I usually just try to go
combat it.
Yeah, like
with something
talk
positive.
To myself, give myself those affirmations. Sometimes I might pray, and it's like, see, this is why I have God. Because if I didn't have that, like I would go crazy.
Exactly, you would be. We would be like some of these people out here. Losing their minds, literally.
And so shout out to God for that.
We triple blessed.
But something else that I wanted to ask you about purpose. Well, let me go back to you even knowing God. What was your introduction to God? Because that is something I like to ask my guests too. It's like their Christian origin story. Was God something that was always a part of your life, or did you have like a tough time and have to run to God? Or
so I grew up in the church. I've always been like a praise dance. I was in the choir. I love the Mount. Shout out to Mount Zion. But I grew up in a church, and so I've always been in church. My mom, my dad will always have me in church. So that was the beginning. And then I want to say started life in like college. And then that's when I got to know God for myself. So, you start off in church, and it's
more like school.
Yeah.
Because you're learning about God and He's great. And He wants us to do these things and not these things, which I was just telling my other guests is a great start to any kid's life. Like, who wouldn't? I mean, I don't know. I personally would want my kid to learn like the fundamentals of Christ, the Bible, like don't steal, be good to your neighbor, like the 10 Commandments. Like that's
simple stuff.
Nothing wrong with that at all. So, but sometimes that's all a person gets. And I don't think that's necessarily a bad thing, because it's like at least they have that. There's some people that don't have that. So I'm grateful when I hear people say like I was raised in the church. I'm like, okay, so you have I feel like a fundamental knowledge about Christ. Correct. And it almost kind of tells me where your morals lay. So I love when people say like they started in the church.
No, God came and got me quick, baby. He was not playing with me. Like, boop.
So talk about your college life and what like drove you to know Him for yourself in college of all places.
Man, because that was a first time in my life where I was away from home. I was away from everything I knew. It was a new start for me. It was like a new life. I didn't go to school with nobody that I went to school with for the 12 years.
Yes.
So it was just kind of like, okay, you know, I'm out here. I messed up. I made some mistakes. I'm fighting on campus, you know. So yeah,
You was a
I had
bad
to
girl.
go to God.
Not a bad
Real
girl.
quick. Like, Lord, please
I
don't let me
see
get
you
put
fighting. That's crazy.
Yeah, you know.
Was this at
we all
TSU?
have
Did you go to
our-
TSU?
Mm-mm.
Oh, you didn't go there.
They came and followed me all the way to Murfreesboro.
Oh, you went to MT?
Mhm.
I did too.
Yes. What year did you do?
I graduated in 2014. So 2009 to 2014.
I came my freshman year. We probably had one semester together, maybe 1 or 2 semesters.
I had an extra because I was supposed to graduate in 2013. I got pregnant.
Okay, well, you still finished.
Yeah,
right?
I
What we talking
finished.
about?
Yes.
Nothing. But yeah, so just getting outside of home and like being away from like my safe haven.
Mhm.
I had to find a safe haven without a safe haven in these new spaces and new environments that I was moving around in. And so
So
yeah.
what did you find first? Did you find a church? Did you find like a group?
Organizations.
Okay.
It was a lot. So my church is very heavily involved in a lot of HBCUs and colleges around.
Mount Zion,
Yeah.
of course. Yeah.
So I joined the Mount Zion org. I was in another Christian organization just to like, we had like prayer, you know, prayer on Tuesday, prayer calls and, you know, just things like that. And like, I wasn't always physically there active, but I would get the text messages. I would get the, you know, the post on Instagram and Facebook and things like that. So I always made it a point to be connected to God some way, somehow in every environment that I was in. Like I might not been like the leader of the group, but you know, I was definitely tapped in, and you know, they would have us get the Bible app and have us do different devotionals.
I love
you
that.
know, so yeah, I remember devotion. Like, oh my gosh, it's bringing back memories. I remember doing devotion daily back then, and I just feel like all of that is necessary, you know, for different moments and spaces and times in your life. And so I think
it's kind of like God was always there waiting for you whenever you needed to just tap in. And I love that. And I love that you had your church kind of still there with you.
Yes.
And that's
Still
important.
here today. Yes. Like they've always been supportive.
Yeah.
And, you know, like when
it's important.
When we talk it out, you know, as I'm living it out, I don't see that. But as we talk it out and I have time to just sit back and reflect and think, it's like, yo, my church has all, I don't know how. We ask, like, how did that happen? Like, and it's just like, I don't know. Like, it just so, I don't know, just happened that way. And so I'm just like, dang, I'm really grateful for my church. Like, they always supported whatever I was doing. It was dancing, it was TV, it was like, I remember my dance teachers.
That's a real church.
Yes, like I remember
warms my heart.
dance teachers and Mr. Rico and Miss Natalie. You know, they were Tennessee Titan dancers at the moment. So we always had something to look up to and look forward to, even if it wasn't always college for a lot of us. I went to NSA, so a lot of us danced at school and we would come dance for Christ. So yeah, it was just, dang, thank you. Shout out to Mount Zion.
I know. And it sounds like you had a really good church experience, which is not true of everyone, right? And especially at a church like Mount Zion, let's just be honest, it's so big. It's a mega church. So what would you say to the people who feel like, you know, maybe they started going to Mount Zion and they don't feel like a sense of community? Like, how do they put themselves out there so that they can
feel a part?
Get what church is supposed to be about. It's
Guys,
supposed to be a community.
Mount Zion has so many organizations within. Like, find something that you connect with or you resonate with. And even if, you know, you're not actively active 24/7, just tap in. And I'm telling you, like, you will feel connected. But, you know, I started going there when I was a kid. So I've always been involved. I'm there on Saturdays. That was my social life at one point. Like, when I go to church, I meet everybody.
That was me.
So
in high school, for me especially,
see,
like all my friends were from church.
Yeah, middle school. That's how you know. That's how I found. Like, I feel like that's how I'm pretty much know a lot of people all around the city from the church.
Surprised we never met. Because I went to Born Again. Y'all was kind of like our rivals.
Yeah, we was Born Again in Temple, baby. We was not
dance
we was
battle
not,
and
listen.
everything. Like back then, I feel like
my
church
gosh,
was so
fun.
lit and
Oh my
fun.
gosh, it was.
And we've lost that.
Yeah, they
we got to
did.
bring that back because like it be like heck.
What happened to the youth crusades
in church
like,
on a Friday night, y'all?
lit
Hug for Christ.
Lit for Christ. I remember the my side crooked, the crooked to your side.
Yes, we need to bring that back.
Yes.
Like, where is that?
I don't know.
It's like
These
lame
kids
for
didn't get
people to go
that.
to church now, and
It's weird.
we replaced, Sunday service with Sunday brunch.
yeah.
and it's
'Cause
just
of
like,
COVID.
dang, y'all come back.
Please look, come back.
God
But
is still good.
He's been the same. He's never going to change. But I think it goes back to that statement that God has recently been putting on my heart. Is that Averianna, you can't save everybody. You can't be God. So it's just like I just give my little few that I'm supposed to love on and tap in with,
And that's
then,
all you can do.
Yeah, I move on, and then that few will go and get that few,
and multiply and multiply.
That's how I feel like the kingdom is growing. Like I just don't force it on people. Like, I don't force
That's never a good thing anyway.
spirituality or like religion on anybody, but I am who I am. So you gonna know like she got that on her.
part. It's
Like-
crazy. When I first started my first podcast,
Yeah.
I said, this is not a God podcast. This is not a spirituality podcast, but I am going to be talking about God.
Yeah.
I said, just like I would be talking about the person I'm in a relationship with or what I'm going through, I'm going to talk about God. Like, I'm
Yes.
sorry if y'all don't like it. Girl, ain't nobody was listening to that podcast anyway, but
I mean,
I was just so like 10 toes down. Like, I'm going to talk about God.
Yeah.
And, the way that I wanted to do this podcast is I want to be intentional about like, yeah, I'm Christian, I'm walking, but this podcast is not just for people who are quote unquote Christians. Like, I want you to watch and like really learn something. I want you to develop your own relationship with God.
Yes.
The thing is, I just don't want nobody to do life without God.
Yeah.
However you see him, her, whatever,
Resonate.
resonate with it, don't do it. Because like I just said, you will go crazy if you don't have something to like
His
hold on
presence,
to
his
you
anointing,
and like for guidance.
I
I mean, yes, there's therapy.
I say start like with like believing. I think that's how I really like tapped in with God. Like
in what way? Believing.
just believing that things could happen for me.
Oh,
Believing that I
mindset.
could be the voice, believing that I am somebody, believing that I'm the head and not the tail, believing that God gonna come through. Like you that mustard seed faith. Like I think when I started to believe, and I think he started with myself. Like I feel like God forced me to believe in myself. Ain't nobody gonna believe you are who you say you are if you don't walk in that room believing you are who you say you are. And so once I started to believe in myself, then I could believe in other things, other people, other ideas, other visions that God, because God was giving me all these things, but I didn't believe I could do it. So it's like it just stopped there. So
God said you can.
yeah,
It's a different type of confidence.
yeah,
And it's
Godfidence.
crazy. Confidence.
it's confidence, and then you have confidence, and that is
two different things.
That's two
and it's
different things.
favor because people be like, dang, how she get that? I've been doing this and blah, 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 blah. Well, she has a creator called God that she believes in,
Story
and
of
it
my
gives
life.
you an extra boost.
It do.
But sometimes we'll have confidence, but no confidence in ourselves, and we can't tap into that. And people will see that potential, be like, girl, you could be doing so much. You could be doing this because they see that God in you.
Yeah.
You're like, what? Not me?
But you not living that part of you out yet.
Yeah.
So
You got to know who you are. And that's
Yes.
something they used to teach us growing up at church. Know who you are and whose
you are. Yeah.
And I was like, that's
Yeah.
so silly. Like, what do they mean? But now
Makes
that I'm
sense
getting
now.
older, I'm like, okay, yeah.
Yep.
It is important to know
who you belong
where
to.
I come from.
Yep.
Because then if you don't know where you come from, you'll never see where you can get.
And you'll never know the tools and the resources and anointing that you come with. Like
Yeah.
it ain't on you, it's in you.
Yeah.
And so
It ain't fair.
yeah.
Favor is not fair.
Ooh, man, story of my life. I get that a lot, and people be like, how? And I'm like, y'all ain't seen this work I put in.
Yeah.
I ain't explaining nothing. Thank you, Lord. Like it's
God,
just
all
like,
glory to him.
man, listen. And I always give my success back to him because I know me.
Mhm.
I know where I was, and I know it's just no way. It's him. It's him. And y'all know it's him. The people who's tapped in, they know who it is. So I'm grateful for the acknowledgement in the physical realm. I really am, and I really do appreciate it. But I always want to let the people know that it's beyond me. You know, it's deeper than me. It's deeper than Paige. It's deeper than Averianna the Personality. She is great at what she does. Yes,
She's living
amazing.
her purpose.
But you know, it's all God, and it's not me. And so I want people to know that y'all can have that too. You know, you can have that same relationship. You can have that same confidence. You can have that same just drive, you know, within yourself to know that, like, once you rid yourself of yourself, like, I rid myself of ATP every day. Like, I give, Lord, thank you for allowing me to be here today, because you know what I'm saying? You didn't have to allow me to, you know.
Thank you for considering me worthy.
Yeah, they didn't have to book me. These people didn't, like, how you got me moving in the physical.
My girl is booked.
Man.
Booked and busy. Do not play.
Man.
All glory to God.
That's it.
Yeah.
You know, that's all I can say. I don't have no other words. So, guys, my motivation or my words of encouragement today, if you don't take anything else, is to find your relationship with God, however that is. You know, I'm beyond religion. I'm into crystals. I'm into angel numbers.
I see.
I'm into you know, I got one on today. I connect with God always. That I can, where any way that I can reach him, I use it. I don't limit myself to just the Bible. I don't limit myself to just going to church on Sundays or Wednesdays. Like, if they say God moved mountains. So if the rocks was saying how good God is, these crystals and these properties and these angel numbers, they got it's some realness to that. You know what I'm saying?
He made them.
Listen,
Points
so
were
it's
made.
just kind of like, I need y'all to not limit yourselves and not limit God. Like, however you connect and resonate and get with God, definitely take that opportunity to find that relationship. And I mean, hey, that's it. That's all. No,
that's a word for real.
Yeah,
because I do think that's something that Christians sometimes do, is we limit ourselves. Yep. It's like, as soon as we become a Christian, there's a list of things you can't do.
Listen, man, I got every piercing that you could have imagined. Yeah. I've lived through those. And so it's just,
and guess what? God's still using you.
You see this favor of my life? Y'all see this?
That's why they mad.
I be turned up in the club dang near every week. God still love me. You know? So it's just like, I just want you guys to not judge yourselves. Because a lot of times it don't be other people. It be y'all in your own head judging your own self. So
speak on it.
That's another thing. I just want y'all to give yourself grace. Give yourself peace, you know, to figure out this world thing and find your purpose. Because I'm telling you, once you locked in with your purpose, life is so much easier. It's not, I ain't gonna say it's like a walk in the park, because you still have obstacles. You still have to grow. You still have things that you have to go through and grow through. But man, once that purpose is there, you know who you are. The world can't tell you
a lot
who you
less
are.
You care about.
That's it. And you have that internal peace.
Yes.
So
that part.
That's it.
Oh, I'm so happy for you.
Well, I'm
because it definitely seems like you have that peace.
Yeah. Well, not always, but
I do have.
I'm working on it.
Yeah. I do have one question, and it's more so like related to your job, because I feel like when you started, you know, you had people that you were showcasing, and you still have people that you're showcasing like every month or so. What's them DMs looking like? Do you have people all the time like, hey, I'm an artist?
Yes.
Hey, check my music out. Like, how do you decipher who you're going to bring onto the show? And is that something you consult with God? Like, Lord, let me pray about this. Like, use my discernment, because you don't want to just bring anybody up, but at the same time, you don't want to be like, that could be like the break or make of somebody's career, you know, being on the Averianna the Personality show. So when it comes to like picking your guest, I guess this is my question. What is your process like?
So it starts spiritual. God gives me vision. So I already know, I already see it. The show is already done.
Okay.
It's already happened before it happened in the physical. So a lot of times,
You're a Pisces.
I am.
Yeah.
Yeah. So a lot of times
I
I see it. God has already given me the people. and then I go in the physical form and I negotiate with my manager and my production team and my team, and then they're 9 times out of 10 on board. But if not, then I will lay it to them to, figure out who's gonna be the bit, what makes sense in the physical for the production side. But I let God send me people.
Okay.
I don't salt out. I do show love, but I'm not ever looking. I let God send me exactly who He want me to work with.
Amen.
Mm-hmm.
That's something I'm practicing with.
Yeah,
With my guest here, like let them lead me. Like I have an idea of who I want, and then things will change. Or I'll be like, I want this person by themselves. I'm like, no, let me bring on their partner or something. Like I just feel like you have to let that discernment lead you because people are like you can't pray about everything. Why not?
Literally, I pray about everything, baby. I ain't no shame in my game. Like I always say, like I'm in an era of if it ain't from God, I don't want it.
Period.
That is my era. Like that is where I'm at. And I give everything back. Yeah. Whatever ain't mine, Lord, take it. I don't want it, Lord. Please. Because it probably got something on it, and then I'm distracted, and then I'm just messed up. Lord, I don't want it. So that is the era I'm in. If it ain't from God, I don't want it. So I just think that I don't even know like the real words to say to like convey what it is on my heart. But
are you accepting like people in your DMs to like, so if somebody's watching this, right, and they want to be on your show?
Yeah. I that's what I was trying to answer
it's coming.
Properly.
You know it's coming.
That's what I was trying to think. I'm like,
they need to pray about it. Let God use you.
No, it's not that deep because like we get wretched on my show. Like no, it's not like that. But the thing is, I'm not in that space anymore. Like I don't like how you choose your guests and stuff like that. I have a team doing that now. So whenever I write an episode, I write it how the vision is given to me, and once I pass it off,
they fill it in.
Yeah, kinda. They figure out the talent. So it's like I can know of you, and you can send me your stuff and things like that.
She said it's out of her hands, y'all.
It's literally
don't
above
DM
me.
her.
Yeah. Well, when it comes to like being on the show and stuff, like I literally appointed somebody for that. Cadence, Pat. I am Cadence Pat on Instagram. Patrick. He is my talent recruiter. He is amazing at what he does.
Okay.
And so yeah, I let him handle that.
Okay.
Like I said, if it's not already given to me from the vision. Yeah.
Okay. Well, that's beautiful. One day I'm gonna have me a team.
You will.
Amen.
You will.
Cause I be going through it.
Listen,
but we here, and that's all that matters.
This is amazing.
Thank you.
Like you don't understand how much I understand. How much it takes to do this.
That's how I feel.
How much it takes to, you know what I'm saying? So it's like this.
It's a lot,
bro. You're doing it. Yeah, you're doing it. Like I feel like this is pouring into you real quick.
Go ahead.
We are so hard on ourselves that like what we deem is like, ooh, one day maybe I can have this, or maybe one day you're doing it. Like you're doing so much more. Like this is a dream for somebody. What you have, people don't even like. They don't even have the tools, the resources, the people to pull this together. That's to true. Have it. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like
it's that favor.
You are doing
because I didn't do nothing to like get it. You know, it all came to me. It was all like aligned. Me meeting Zach. Like that was all God. I didn't do anything special. Did I DM you? No, he hit me up. See how that happened?
No, I know.
Yeah, she know. So it's she go back to color TV days.
Listen,
I was scared. Yeah, and that's how I usually am because I'm like, if it's supposed to happen, it'll happen. That's just my philosophy.
And I remember like your journey, like in the beginning, like you had the TV show and things like that.
The new show.
Yeah, and you were building from there. I remember coming to a couple of meetings with you and things like this. So I just feel like we already have been doing it. It was just a divine time for God to put the lights, the cameras, the action, the whole bells and whistles on us so we can get even more resources and even, to go to that next level. But I feel like we have already been doing it.
That's true.
Right now, we just getting the eyes.
It's like my
Whitney,
4th podcast.
I was gonna say you do a lot of work, and like he has like a series with Wit, yeah, and she's a major influence in Nashville, and you know how long ago I filmed with them, years ago,
in the work,
and she. Look at her. Like, it just speak for itself.
It's just, we're the ones who didn't give up.
Man,
that's all it is.
That's it.
Because we could have gave up a few times. You know what I'm saying?
I'm ready for my first place ticket. Listen, because I've been in the back of the bus like Rosa.
Shut up.
Listen, I've been in the back. But Lord said
Rest
we're
in
going
peace.
to the front.
Yes.
But no. Y'all see how I be flipping in and out.
You're so right, though.
Page,
and then it's like an extra added layer of stress, and like I feel responsible because now I attach God's name to it. And I'm like, oh Lord, they about to judge me. Oh Lord, they about to. But we can't worry about that. Yeah, and I'm just like, well, I tried everything else, and I feel like this is something like God's been calling me to do. Like I said on my little introduction. For like 3 years. And I'm like, I've just been trying to avoid it. I'm going to do this podcast. I'm going to do that. Like, girl.
You keep them dreams. They don't go. They don't move without you.
The motion.
Yeah. So it's like you get all these downloads, all these visions, all these dreams, and all of these creative ideas that just stay there.
I be trying to push them to the side, and they be like, nope, I'm still here. All right. Well,
Thank you for this conversation on this Sunday. Like,
I could keep talking, but you know, we gotta wrap it up.
He said, "Wrap it up,"
because we have to do my segment that I feel like it's my most fun segment. Okay. We don't have a heaven or hell to put anybody in. We know that we're not God. Right. This is all hypothetical.
Okay.
So hell is hot.
It is.
I'm going to name 2 deceased people, and you let me know where you think they are.
Okay.
And then why.
Okay.
So the first one, Queen Elizabeth.
Yeah, I don't know much about her. I know like historically like what she's known for, but
Queen of London.
Yeah. If you want to give me some, I don't know.
I mean, I don't want to tell you anything to like sway your opinion, but I'll tell you mine.
Okay.
I think that she is in hell.
Okay.
I don't think that she was a
decent
human being. I think there was some racism. Obviously, they talked about that. It's just, you know, a person that's in that type of power, and then born in that type of power, keeps that type of power for years. I feel like there were some corrupt things going on. There's no way that you can just be like a
saint.
So I do think she's in hell, and you know, maybe I'm wrong, and I hope that I'm wrong, honestly. But that's just my opinion, and I'm gonna stick to it. And y'all can't change it.
Stand on your 10, sister.
Queen Elizabeth.
Okay. So with that being said, I'm just gonna say, I don't know, love.
You don't know?
I don't really know, but you
have to put her somewhere.
I'm gonna put her by the wayside. Okay. I'm just playing.
She waiting. She waiting in line. You know, they say that there's like a waiting period for some. They don't fully cross over. They have like things done.
Give them a little extra.
So Averianna says that she's in the middle right now.
Yeah, she's in that
the medium.
Portal. She right here.
So that means we can still talk to her if we want. All right.
Yep.
Next person, Kobe Bryant.
Ooh,
rest in peace.
I'm definitely gonna say he is in heaven.
Okay.
He did a lot of kingdom work in the physical
kingdom work
that I am knowledgeable about.
Really? Can you indulge me? Because I didn't know that.
Yeah. So he he had a lot of basketball programs in Los Angeles when I lived there. So he was getting like them Skid Row kids and stuff. He's coming out there getting all them, like they go to a program during the summer, you know, fed, and his daughters, like he put a lot of different organizations in his daughters' names. I mean, he just had he was teaching a lot of people things, not outside of basketball. I don't know the topic, but he had another type of degree.
He was very smart.
Yeah, I can't put my finger on it, but and then on that court, it was
a
that
purpose. He was living his purpose.
Bruh, that was a
God-given
different type
talent.
of that. If you tell me God wasn't in there, you crazy.
Yeah.
He was a different type of being, a different type of human being on that court, and that was his purpose. You know,
It was.
for the game of basketball in this realm on earth.
Mm-hmm.
He did what he was supposed to do.
Amen.
And so, yeah, I think, you know, because I think we get caught up in their everyday life, like, oh, he was a cheater. He was he was human.
He was human.
He was a man. He was not God.
But look at his legacy.
That's all that matters.
I mean, I'm putting him in heaven for that alone because everyone had great things to say about that man when he died.
That's what I'm saying. So that's what matters. I mean, you know, you go through things, you know, in your life and you make mistakes.
Yeah.
You may know this, but people with power, man, I mean, people with money have a lot of power.
Yeah.
And so he, in that position, I'm just imagining, I don't really know, but it's
feel
just
like he used his power for good.
yeah, I use his power for good, but imagine all this stuff coming at you.
All the distractions.
Bruh, all these
the-
things that you have access to
That's
that
true.
you
You're
gotta
Kobe
make a choice
Bryant.
to say yes or no to. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So it's just like he probably slipped up and didn't say no to one or two things. I can't let this one go. He gonna put this one down. This distraction.
Hey.
You know what I'm saying? He had to
Yeah.
learn that lesson a couple
He
of
was
times.
weak a few times.
Yeah.
Hey, we're all human.
That's it.
Yeah.
So that's
Good
that.
perspective, Averianna. I like how you did that.
Well, I was gonna say because I know like I am a woman first. So
Yeah.
I'm all, if you playing, you playing.
Yeah.
But I also understand.
I'm such a girl's girl too.
Yeah,
I'll be
I
like,
am.
oh, you cheated. You're a cheater.
Yeah, you're done. You're canceled.
Forget you.
Yeah.
We don't need you anyway.
But he's so much more than that.
Yeah.
You know, and so that would be us putting him in
and
the
she
box.
forgave him. So why the heck I'm
Why
gonna
do I
hold a
care?
grudge?
Listen.
She love that man.
Listen, we love that man.
We love that
The
man.
world loves that man.
All right. Well, we came to the last segment, which is real simple and it's so easy for Radio Bay.
Okay.
Bop of the week. What are you
Okay.
listening to?
Ooh, I'm on that problem.
That's just not my.
Yeah.
I listened to that song maybe 3 times because my daughter had the aux yesterday.
Cash. I'm on that song. I'm on that Cash Coben song.
The remix. Oh,
That I don't know. I'm
I
on
was like,
every
because
TikTok.
she's on
bop.
the remix too. Layla, she got Cash Coben on the remix.
Oh yeah. But it only have all. It's so many people on that song. The song is so long. It's like 10 minutes.
Oh, okay.
Okay, and it's like a lot of different people on the remix. It
Yeah.
gave me like DJ Kelly vibes back in the day. But yeah, so I really like that song. And it's like I be want to hear everybody.
Plus, she be on
version.
TikTok. That's a TikTok song.
Listen.
If I ever heard one, honey.
I'm on all the TikTok bops. Big Top, a Nashville hip hop rapper. He just dropped. I love the 1-800 Get a Mop song. It's him and Starlito. Sweet Poison, duh. That's my girl. Miss Can't Be
We
Messed
love
with.
her.
I'm on all her music. Mimi to Go, Straight to the Money. Found Honey, Wilkes. I'm on all Cashville music. Like no cap. I'm spinning. Like if you go through my Apple Music right now, it's all of us.
Sounds like we need a playlist.
We do.
JOMILLA DENAE Averianna playlist. That's
Let's do
what
it.
I'm saying.
I'm serious. Let's do it.
Let's
And then
do
we can
it.
include some of the gospel spins. We can include the R&B spin.
Nashville all up through there.
Bro, let's just take
Because
over.
I love Nashville artists too.
Let's take over.
I may have Found Honey on the show later.
You
We'll-
should.
yeah, we'll see.
She's an amazing artist, man. And
Mhm.
I love her. She's such an amazing creative, first of all, but her visions,
Mhm.
man, and how she is, what is it? Her brand.
Yeah.
That's what it is. Her brand. I love
green.
her brand. Yes.
Yeah.
But beyond
The
the,
black.
green,
Yeah.
she coming different, man.
She's very
always
different.
been different. From her
Authentically
acting.
her, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm excited to see.
We're excited
the
for you,
world.
Found Honey.
Yes, I'm excited to see the world embrace you. And
Because, yeah, it's been a long time coming. Just
Yes.
like us.
Yeah.
It's been a long time coming. And I
Listen.
love to see my girlies win.
us.
Mhm.
Team Us, it's the year of the female. I've been saying that. We're about to have a female president, so it's about to be crazy in America, man. We about to take
Y'all
over.
ain't about to stop here in our mouths.
Listen,
Oh, Lord.
Listen. They
All right.
They let the black woman in there. They let Granny in
With the
there.
silk press.
Listen, baby, we finna have some more hair.
I probably might give me a silk press. Who knows?
Baby, maybe they have that White House finna smell like Africa.
Mm-hmm.
What they say, cocoa butter and baby oil.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's about to be one
All of that.
Hopefully.
Let me get my bop of the week off.
What's your bop of the week?
Janae Aiko. So Janae Aiko randomly dropped a song called Guidance. She first released it on her Instagram page, and I was so excited. I'm a big Janae Aiko fan. Okay, Pisces sister.
I know, I'm slipping so bad. I'm gonna go.
I listened to that song and I cried because I'm like, girl, why you always on time? She always on time with her messages, and I even wrote to her and I was like, thank you so much. Like, God be speaking through you. And when I tell you she liked the comment, I said,
she know it.
Janae Aiko liked my comment. But it's the truth. Like, that girl, speaking of God-given talent, I feel like she's living her purpose.
For sure.
She's doing good in the world, you know.
And God,
I don't know her personally,
she
but
got a different kind of protection over her because God allowed her to go sit down and then she can pop back out whenever she wants to. Like, most artists don't have that jurisdiction to be able to do that, and the people gonna pop out. If you say Janae Aiko is on a tour or is gonna be at the, everybody popping out. Everybody. I mean, like, and she has timeless music. So
she got that confidence we were talking about.
Yes,
and that's another person who's not afraid to let you know who they serve.
Oh, and she ain't afraid to tell you.
Shout out to Janae.
To get you right too. She gonna
love
get you.
She
gonna get you right.
Love to have you come sit down one day. You know,
come on, sister.
But yes, thank you so much again for being here.
Thank you for having me.
I don't know who needs to hear this, but do not do this life without God. And at the end of the day, all that matters is what you've done for Him.
That's it.
Thank you for watching. Until next time, I'm JOMILLA DENAE.